Hello, are you struggling in a relationship right now? It could be your partnership or struggling with your cat or a friend. If so, you are in the right place. This is a one card pull about exactly this. My name is Aya Iwo-Riosa and my temple is Moon Garden Temple. You can find me at moongardentemple.com. Today I'm pulling from the Moonology Messages Oracle deck. Here it is. I don't know if you can see the card, but I will add it at the end of the video. The pull is face your fears. It's the cold moon. So one thing about relationships is that no matter what the relationship is, if you are getting close, the things about yourself are going to be revealed that we are not always quite ready to experience, especially with children and our partners. Like there's just a way when you have people in your home and when you have intimacy, just meaning like that close trust and vulnerability and learning, binding together and becoming that human altar. Like you really do, everything comes up. Like I said in another video, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and also the miracles and the unexpected. And so in this card, Face Your Fears, what the reading is, especially for November, when on this side of the world we have autumn, the leaves are falling, people are releasing, people are starting to come more in, inner, like think about the inner life a little bit more, sort of focus inside a little more. It's not always the easiest thing to face your fears but with ourselves, but then when we have somebody who is in our life who's kind of like triggering those things or can see those things, we don't always know how to act. And you know what, sometimes if you live in this country, you probably have a lot of trauma. If you live in this world, honestly, if you live in this world, you probably have some trauma that you probably haven't even dealt with or know is there. And that's another thing, especially right now. It is in the ether. I'm seeing it in my clients, and I'm seeing it in a lot of you out there, that there's a lot of trauma just like it's just like exploding. People's trauma is exploding everywhere. And so if you're in a relationship, sometimes it can be very, very challenging where someone else can see you be in a fear state or maybe even an anxiety state or, like a fight or flight state or fawning state, and you don't even realize it, right? So for the sake of your relationships, right now is a great time to face those fears in whichever way you want to do it. Some people, it's like, with your mentor or your guide or your therapist, your coach, or, sometimes within a relationship, you can start talking about those fears. There's always that balance where you don't necessarily want your relationship, you don't want to turn your relationship person into a therapist, right? That's not what they're there for. We don't want to turn our friends into our counselors. That's not what they're there for. But it's a good time right now, especially in the autumn when the earth is releasing, to create mulch and to like feed and make the ground fertile. It's a really good time to like face that fear and let go of what you don't need. And yeah, it feels kind of cold because you're vulnerable, and it's, our fears are something that have been living with us for a while, most likely. And so oftentimes those fears are keeping us from experiences that really could nourish us and really could make our lives more peaceful. Wouldn't that be nice to just have more peace? Even if your life is great right now, like who doesn't want more peace? I'm loving my life right now. Yes, there's challenges, but I will always raise my hand for more peace, right? So this is what the promise of facing your fears is, especially within those relationships that right now for a lot of us, the relationships or the person sees everything and in a way that you don't. And so those things are being triggered right now. What a great time, especially if you have good people around you, especially if you have someone who supports you. It's a great time to sort of like, either work on it with them or like announce like, I'm looking at this, I'm going to work with, this is a spiritual way to work with the earth while she's letting go of the leaves and the trees are sort of starting to go into that hibernation. Well, I don't know if trees hibernate like bears. I don't think they go into caves or anything. They still stay there. They don't go into caves, but I just had this image of trees like getting up and like walking and finding a cave, like walking down the highway. Okay, I'm not going to go on a tangent. I just want to leave you with this. There's a gift in facing your fear right now, especially in a time where the earth is doing it at the same time, just letting go of what's not needed. And you can, what I'm getting is that there's fear that is actually might be a lot easier for you to let go than you think. And that in turn will help with your relationship, especially with that person who really can see it and is affected by how that fear lives within you. Okay, that's it. My name is Aya Iworiosa, and if you like this reading or any of the videos that I'm posting, I post these at the beginning of the month. I do a full spread reading on the new moon plus new moon magic and affirmations all in one sort of like ceremonial workshop. I do a new moon every single month, and then it feeds you for like the whole rest of the month. Please go check that out. You can find it at moongardentemple.com, or if you're on my list, you'll get announcements for that. Big love and blessings. All right, see ya.